That sounds like a great idea to me. Our study today is going to take us through some more of those flat notes we were looking at last time. This is lesson 18 in my series on how to read music for guitar. So if you feel like you need to study some more, you can go all the way back as far as lesson 1 for a complete step-by-step guide on how to read this music on the guitar. The PDF that goes along with this video series is in the description. It's absolutely free, and today we're checking out page 18. And we've got another flat note to learn today, the E flat. There are 2 E flats that we could reasonably find. We know this E here on the 4th string, so just go down a fret, you've got E flat. The one that we're going to use today is a little harder to find. You got to go to the E on the 1st string. Realize that we can't move this one down a fret, so instead we've got to go down to our pinky on the 2nd string. Today we're going to put together that E flat plus a B flat. We'll fill in all the rest with natural notes, and that's going to give us the key of B flat. Here's a B flat major scale we can practice, and right away we can see we can't quite fit this whole thing on the notes that we know how to play. So look here to the very top. We need to add this note. This is an A. 5th fret. The way I do this is when I'm climbing up, I'll just stretch a little and shift my thumb over to reach the A on the 5th fret. This one's not going to show up very often, but I thought I would include it just because it allows us to play the B flat major scale. Try it with me here. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Again. One more time. Running the B flat major scale in that particular way just sets up our ear and helps us hear the key center of B flat. Now we're doing something a little different today. We're just going to play one song. Thing is, this is a long one though, so this is really going to test your ability to look ahead, keep your eyes moving, and try not to stop if you make any mistakes. Part of the game is to see how well you can do first try. Even if it's really hard for you to play all the notes right, try to just play along and get as many as you can. Think of it like treading water, right? You don't have to play it perfectly first time, you're just trying not to drown. Now look over the key signature and scan the first few notes while I give you some background. This song is what we would refer to as a black spiritual. These are songs that were written and passed down by people who were enslaved and brought to the Americas as part of the transatlantic slave trade. It's important for us to understand this as musicians. Songs are stories, and these songs tell stories that come directly out of that cultural experience. Many of them are songs of hope that promise a better tomorrow, and it's a style of music that really grew into some quintessentially American art forms. Blues music, gospel music, jazz, and soul. I think it's really important as musicians that we understand where this stuff came from and give some respect to the history and the gravity of really what these songs mean. With that in mind, if you haven't heard this song before, I would check out the Blind Boys of Alabama, their version of this tune. They're a truly phenomenal group. I was lucky enough to see them when I was a kid, and it blew me away. Now, with all that said, there's a couple things I want to point out before we play. First of all, there's a pickup measure. It's a 3-beat pickup measure, so it's kind of long. I'm going to count you off just with 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then we go, right? And then second off, look at the second full measure here. This rhythm is hard. This rhythm is very hard. We're going to count it like this. 1 and. Since there's an 8th note on either end of it, that quarter note is what we would consider an offbeat quarter note. That just means it's a full quarter note that starts on an offbeat. This rhythm is going to show up a lot in this song, so practice it with me a couple of times here and get the hang of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and. Do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and. Again. 4, 1 and. One more time. So once you got the hang of that, set your 8th note pulse, and let's give it a try. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. hope you enjoyed going back through and rewinding this one several times, really getting the hang of those 8th note rhythms. B flats and E flats makes for great sight reading practice. Leave me a comment if you got any questions, subscribe so you don't miss the next lesson, and I will see you again real soon. Take care.